What's up, gang? It's your girl Amber. Back with another freaking video today. I'm so excited to do this video today. I mean, I've been thinking about it and I was just like, ooh, that's a good idea. So today we just about to keep it real cool, real chill. I hope that you guys have listened to all the music that I'm about to talk about. As y'all can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about all of the albums that have been coming out and personally some of my very own favorite artists. And I just hope that y'all vibe out with me, you know, because it's been so much good music this week and I'm just so thankful because let's be honest, it's been a hectic year. You know, music just gets us going, makes us feel alive. Before we even get into the video, make sure that you like this video. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell everybody that you're watching your girl Amber Kehlani because we lit over here, we live. Another thing, turn on those notification bells because I definitely will be uploading consistently. So make sure that you turn on those notification bells so that you know when I drop a new video. Videos will be coming out every Friday. And I'm gonna have a little surprise for y'all on Saturdays, but we will get into that later, okay? Alright, let's get into the video. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing my makeup. I'm gonna be showing y'all what makeup that I use and everything. So in between that, I will be talking about all of the music that has dropped this week. Just a couple of artists. I just want to give y'all a taste of the music that I like, the people that I listen to all the time, and you know, just another way for y'all to get to know me even more. So to start off, I am going to be priming my face with this spritz primer. This spritz primer is by Spritz to Fix. I think I got this at Sephora or somewhere. It's been a minute, y'all. But yeah, this primer is by Spritz to Fix. It's a matte finish. I've realized using primers that I actually like the matte look. You know, it just looks a little more fresher, a little cleaner. So that's the first thing that I use when I put up on my face, and the last thing that I use when I do my makeup. So yeah, to start off, I have my Anastasia eyebrow pomade. My roommate from college actually put me onto this, and ever since she told me about it, y'all, fell in love with it because it's so good. Like, this is the package, and I have the color dark brown for my eyebrows. Y'all, over the years, I'm trying to tell you, I've gotten so much better doing my eyebrows. I've actually had to clean them up because it was bushy. It was a bushy mess. Like, my eyebrows naturally grow real thick, and I've always had thick eyebrows my whole life. Like, my family will tell you, I've had thick eyebrows my whole life. I've gotten them from my daddy's side. Like, it's ridiculous. But I cleaned them up myself actually, so they look a little better than what they were. So I'm just gonna, you know, outline it a little bit. I'm not gonna do like all that extraness because honestly I don't feel like doing all that, and I'm not a makeup expert. I'm still learning every day how to put on my own makeup, let alone a full beat. So y'all will get what y'all get today. Alright. To start this off, I have a list of a couple people that have dropped fire music this week. I'm just going to go down the list of people. I'm going to talk about how I feel their music was, how I feel like the album was from a scale of 1 to 10. You know, I'm just going to talk about each artist, alright? So, to begin this video, I'm going to start about the City Girls. So, if you're a real city girl, you already know what's up. You already know we was waiting on this album for a minute. Our homegirl JT was in prison for a minute. She did her bid and she came back strong. The City Girls, they dropped a project called City on Lock. And honestly, I really enjoyed the album. Like, I enjoyed the first album, don't get me wrong. And it is kind of unfortunate that this album got leaked. Like, I was so upset for them because I was just like, they worked so hard to put this album out just for somebody to leak it literally like a couple hours before they was gonna put it out. So I was just like, dang, that sucks. But one thing about them, they go through so much and they do not let it affect them like that. So they end up dropping it earlier than they expected, and they dropped it the next day. And City Girls Unlocked is actually really good. I really enjoyed the songs Jobs, and those two songs are fire, like for real. The video, it was really good. Like, I just feel like people look down on the city girls for whatever reason. I guess because to society they look ghetto, or you know, they look like they're some project people and whatnot. But I don't know, I really like the city girls. I think that they bring a refreshing, you know, early 20s vibe. Like, I don't know why people hate on them, but I personally really like them. I like their personality. And let's be honest, while JT was in jail, Carisha really held it down for the city girls. Like, people was looking for them to just fail and not, you know, bounce back. And people was just looking for them to just be a one-hit wonder group. And I'm so glad that they did not let that get to them. I'm so glad that, you know, JT had a loyal person like Carisha to really hold it down while she was out, because it's just like, people out here want to see you fail. People out here don't want you to, you know, be successful. And it's just like, they really worked hard, and you can see from the joy on their faces, like on Instagram and stuff. You can see from the joy on JT's face that she was so happy and she was so proud about, you know, the album dropping. And unfortunately, because Corona's happening, they couldn't celebrate how they wanted. But shoot, that didn't stop them. Shoot, they was living it up. And it's just like amazing to see their growth. It's amazing to see their progress. And I just really enjoyed the album. I listened to the whole thing. I like the song with Lil Baby as well, Flew Out. That's a really good song as well. And it's just kind of funny because I don't know why, but I feel like I wasn't expecting a song on their album. It's not surprising in a way though, because if y'all remember, last year, Carisha and Quality Control, they were doing that contest or whatever for that twerk song with Cardi B, and Carisha was doing a video on Instagram and she said "flued out," and so much people, she got so much criticism for saying "flued out." But the thing is, like, people make mistakes. They from Miami is a whole different ball game. Like, they just talk like that, and people, it kind of gets on my nerve when people talk about how she talk and say that she sound ignorant and she look ignorant. And to me, I just feel like I accept her for how she is. Like, yeah, they don't know me from a can of paint, but I'm not about to sit here and hate on them because of where they come from. Like, they talking how they were raised and what they're around. That's what they do. Like, people just be trying to find a reason to hate on them, and it's so annoying. But yeah, like, Flued Out is a really good song. And shoot, Lil Baby, he doing everything. Like, Lil Baby is really doing his thing out here, and it's so good to see. Now, next up is gonna be my newfound rapper from Detroit that I'm really starting to like. Before I even get into who the person is, I need to just shout out my boyfriend, because he's from Detroit and he put me on. This is one of his favorite artists, and I really didn't know who this person was like a year ago. Like, I didn't know, had no clue who he was, but I really like him now. So I'm talking about T Grizzley. I think that if I really look at it, I'm probably the only one sleeping on T Grizzley. Like, I really think he's a really good artist. You can see and hear in his lyrics, like, he's really talking about some real stuff, y'all. Like, he's really talking about some real deep things. Like, I've learned a lot from even listening to his music. Like, I had no clue. And his mama was in prison, and you know, he was talking about his struggles growing up in Detroit, and I just was like, wow, like, I really like T Grizzley now. So he dropped an album or EP, I'm not sure, called The Smartest. Bro, me and my boyfriend were listening to this on the way to North Carolina last weekend. And at first, like, you know, I kind of wasn't paying it no attention. And then this one song in particular came on, and I was like, wait a minute, who's this? Like, and he was like, oh, this T Grizzley. And I was like, bro, this song is fire. And the more we listened to it and the more songs that was presented, I was just like, I really like this. So yeah, my favorite song from The Smartest is I Apologize in the Funeral. I Apologize, I got introduced to before I even listened to the album or knew about it. I just happened to see the lyrics trending on Twitter, and you know, I was reading and I was like, oh, like I said, I didn't even know that it was an actual lyric from T Grizzley's album. So I was just like, whoa, that's really dope. Basically in the song, T Grizzley was saying how he apologized to his fans, saying that he apologized for going into the studio and making songs that basically the label was trying to push him to do. He's never going to go back into the studio and just make music just to say to make music. His fans know him for a certain kind of music and for putting out things that are about him and not just putting out music just to make money off of. And that was a real behind song, because let's be honest, like, who knows how many artists are out here just putting out music just to say, I'm gonna put it out and hopefully it make me some money. So that was some real stuff. But the lyric that really got to a lot of people and a lot of people could relate to was when he said, Kylie, meaning Kylie Jenner, Kylie made $1 billion, I'm falling in life, I gotta be. She younger than me, so I'm supposed to have more money logically. Then I start thinking like that don't apply to me. Kylie Jenner comes from millions, I come from poverty. That was some real stuff. Like, everybody can, for the most part, relate to that. He's saying that it kind of tripped him out how Kylie is younger than him, got billions of dollars. He's older, but don't have that. When you look at the circumstances, Kylie came from money and he didn't. Just like a lot of people can relate to that, because at the end of the day, if your circumstance is one way and you hustling out here trying to make sure you good, make sure your family good, you can't relate to what Kylie grew up in. At the end of the day, you are the one who has to hustle. And not saying that Kylie don't, it's just that when you think about it, you're saying to myself, dang, I'm not on it. Kylie got billions of dollars, I'm not on it, she younger than me. Well, he's just like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm out here hustling and I'm putting out music that ain't even really relatable to me or could be relatable to y'all. So I really, really like that song, Apologize. I was just like, that's some real stuff. I feel like he was a man for that one. I'm going to be using the Morphe palette. I really, really, really love Morphe. I'm going to be using the palette 25A. This is the Copper Spice one. I got this makeup palette a couple years ago, and this was the only one I pretty much used. But this is what the palette looks like. It's the Copper Spice palette. Now, honorable mention, Herbo. I never used to listen to Herbo. I'm starting to really do that. Like, I really like his music now. His album PTSD came out, I think in December maybe, and he just dropped the deluxe to PTSD maybe like 2 weeks ago. It's a song called Cap Guns. Y'all, I really, really love Cap Guns. Like, I listen to Cap and Guns every single day. Like, every day. I love that song. In the beginning, when I first listened to it, I was like, why does this beat sound so familiar? And if y'all watch the show Euphoria with Zendaya, if you watch that show, you will always hear this beat and it goes doo 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 doo. And every time that I listened to that song a couple weeks ago, I was like, why does that freaking beat sound so familiar? And I finally remembered that it's the beat that comes from Euphoria. And I was just like, oh, like, that's dope. Like, it just really, I don't know. I know that's irrelevant, but it just really did something to me. I know a lot of people that listen to Herbo. I'm just one of those people who, I don't know, it takes me a while to get put on to new rap artists. I'm just one of those people, I listen to R&B all the time. So when it comes to rap, like, I'm not that new to it. I'm always that person that's late. So I'm just getting put on to Herbo. But PTSD, I can say, is a really good album. I really like it. I feel like he talks a lot about, you know, his trials and tribulations living and growing up in Chicago, and just all the things that he did growing up, and how basically all he had was his homeboys. All he had was his friends to just survive out in the streets and, you know, do what they was doing. Because y'all definitely should check out PTSD if you haven't, by G Herbo. Also, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. We about to switch over to the R&B side, my favorite side. I love R&B. I listen to R&B every day, don't care. Oldies R&B is even better. But this next person who I'm about to talk about, I kind of got introduced to her by one of my old roommates in college. The very first song by Kehlani that I've ever listened to was the song with her and Chance the Rapper, The Way. I love that song. I love the video too, because it's just so like sexy, but it's so calm. Anyway, Kehlani, child, put out an album. It's called It Was Good Until It Wasn't. Y'all, I've listened to Kehlani for the past like 3 years now, so to me every album is good. If you've been, you know, on social media and stuff, you know that her and the rapper YG was dating, and basically that fool really embarrassed her, had her looking stupid out here in these streets. And the whole album is really just kind of talking about their breakup and him, and how he had her out here looking crazy. I just want to say that Kehlani really put her heart and soul into this album. You could just feel it. You just know that she was just going through a lot listening to this album. Definitely an album for the women, I will say. My favorite song on there, oh, I have so many, I can't even say my favorite song. But one of my favorite songs from the album is Toxic, which is produced and featuring Ty Dolla $ign. Child, Toxic is such a banger, like, cause really that song is talking about how her relationship with YG was toxic. That Don Julio make me a fool for you. That song just make you think. Everybody can relate to that song. Can I is very sexy, very intimate song. Tory Lanez, oh my god, I love Tory Lanez as well. Tory Lanez is a real dope artist. He definitely talked his stuff on that song. And when I think about it, I feel like she couldn't have gotten a better person to do that song, because it's just like, it was so perfect. And In You, which is basically in makeup. That's what she says in the song. If y'all haven't listened to it, It Was Good Until It Wasn't, y'all need to check out Kehlani, and check out her old stuff too, because Kehlani is such a vibe. Like, that girl is so talented, and she has been through a lot. Because if you know, you know. Like, Kehlani really has been going through a lot these past couple of years, and it's always in social media at that. So you definitely get a depiction of things that she goes through in her songs and her albums. It's just really like listen to a whole story, like from beginning to end, and it's so amazing. I really love Kehlani, so check her out if y'all haven't. Next people on the freaking list, y'all, I love these girls so much. Okay, like when I say I have been a stan from day one, I have been a stan since grown-ish. Okay, y'all already know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my girls, Chloe and Halle. I love them. Okay, y'all. Like, also, y'all, I will be using this eyeliner, Marc Jacobs. Right now that I got my eyeliner on, you guys can see it. This Marc Jacobs eyeliner is the best, y'all. It's so vibrant and lasts on a long time. Like, this is really the longest lasting eyeliner that I've ever had. It's so good. Put on my foundation. This is the only foundation that I use, Fenty Beauty foundation. I have been using Fenty since Fenty first came out. So I am in the color 420, and I also had 410. Fenty has the best makeup. I don't care what nobody say. It's by Rihanna. Like, come on. Chloe and Halle did what they were supposed to do for this new album. Their album is called Ungodly Hour. Ungodly Hour was amazing. I loved it. Everything is a little more grown, and I did watch their interview with the Breakfast Club the other day, and they was talking about how they basically wanted to get rid of that, you know, little girl image. And I understand that because, you know, people will put you in a box, and especially when you start out so young, your music is a little more age appropriate. They are 21 and 20, I believe, and you know, they were just basically saying how they felt like they didn't want to be presented as, you know, little girls anymore, and I'm so here for it. One of my favorite songs from the album is Forgive Me. Shoot, it was like, you got me, I think I had enough, like, period. I really love that song. I love Ungodly Hour. Just in general, Chloe and Halle's voices are so angelic. Like, I love them so much. I like how in this album it was, as always, very versatile because they do have a soulful sound, but they also switch it up in their music. So some of it's pop, some of it R&B. You know, you just get like a good mix, and I really like that about them. As well as Tipsy. I might be a little tipsy on your love. And that song is just basically like, you know, talking about being in love with a guy. Do It. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Do It is actually the first single that they put out a couple weeks ago. And that's a fire song. That song just makes you want to sing, makes you want to dance. Their music has definitely, to me, you can hear the range, you can hear it's just more on a bigger scale. Like they was trying to say, they don't want to be presented as little girls anymore. Wanted to basically do music that represents them in the time, in the age that they're in. Last but not least, from this album, I know something ain't right. The album was fire. I didn't skip not one song, and honestly, it's hard for me to listen to new people's albums. I listened to it the entire time, didn't skip not one song. Like, her album is amazing. It's R&B mixed up with, you know, sassiness, sexiness, sadness, being a mother, being a wife. Oh man, y'all, like, if y'all haven't, please listen to Teyana Taylor's new album. It's called The Album because it's so beautiful. Like, y'all, the very first song, the intro, it's not even a song. The intro is literally a recording of when she gave birth to her daughter. I was sobbing listening to very first track. Like, I was in tears listening to that recording, and it was probably a minute. Like, it takes you on a roller coaster ride. Like, it takes you from happiness, joy, and then it goes from sadness, then it goes to anger, then it goes to sexiness and love, and oh god, it was just a masterpiece. Like, I loved her album for sure, and when I said this is definitely the album to get her Grammy nomination, I feel it, I believe it, because I think so many people sleep on Teyana Taylor, and she hasn't slept on because of her whole label situation that happened years ago and her not being able to put out music. My favorite song from the album, I definitely like Wake Up Love. That was her first single that she put out not too long ago. before the album even came out. Low Key with Quavo, that's a really good song. Shoot Up was one of the songs that I really like, because that song honestly is just a whole mood. Like, Shoot Up is a mood. Like, don't play with me, you got the wrong one, I'll shoot some up because you got me messed up right now. That song is a freaking mood, okay? But honestly, y'all, like, not playing, that whole album is just amazing, and y'all definitely need to check that whole album out, because child, when I say you won't regret it, like, you won't regret listening to her album at all. Now, I've saved the best for last. Before I even tell y'all who it is, I just need to say this. This man has been through so much. He's been through so much in his life. I've been a fan since day one. Since his mixtapes came out. I am so proud of him. I just want to say that August Alsina, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your journey and the things that you have been going through, and you have not let it kick you down. When I saw that August Alsina was putting out an album and a documentary, I could have cried. Because if I'm being honest with y'all, I honestly kind of forgot about him. I know that he was probably going through some things and whatnot, because the last time I've seen him about anything going on with him musically or whatever, that was maybe like a year ago, maybe more than that. I know he dropped that song When I Make It Home, and in that song he was basically talking about, you know, all the things that he was going through with his family and all the things he was going through in his life. And it was just a real sad, deep song. And I really forgot about him. And then a couple of days ago, he pops up on my feed, and I was just like, August Alsina about to drop an album. Like, I was so happy, I was so excited. Then I saw that he was dropping a documentary on YouTube. So it's a 4-part series on YouTube. And if you just search August Alsina, you'll see it. His album is called State of Emergency, and the documentary is also named after the album. And each episode is about 20 minutes each, and you just see in each episode every level, every part of him. It was so good to watch. Like, I definitely feel like I've learned more about him as a fan. Like, obviously, you know from what you see on social media, I guess what someone's going through, you don't really know, and you can only imagine, literally, but you just see the things that, okay, is happening right there, and you have a little depiction, and it's like, no, watching this documentary, y'all, was literally like, it was just a movie. It was just like, what? Like, you went through that? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, watching his documentary, I've learned that, you know, he grew up, you know, rather in the streets, in the hood of New Orleans, talking about how he grew up in New Orleans, in the hood, and how he didn't really have much guidance. He had his mother, of course, but she had her struggles. He was named after his dad. His dad was addicted to crack cocaine. His dad didn't really raise him like that, so he was living with his grandmother and living with whoever really at the time. He moved to Houston to try to get away from, you know, the rough streets of New Orleans, and basically going to Houston was an epic fail, so he came back to New Orleans. Fortunately, due to their circumstances, they decided to go to the streets, and that's what he did. He decided he was going to sell drugs. His mom found out, she kicked him out, so he was living in his car, he was living in other people's cars, he was going from house to house basically trying to find a way. When he got, you know, famous for singing and stuff, he was talking about how being famous just turned him into another different type of beast. Like, he was talking about how being that he used to sell drugs, he got to the point that he was going to start taking them. He did get hospitalized. One interesting thing that I found out about him was that he was hospitalized for like liver cancer. I know that he was saying that his liver wasn't like cleaning out the toxins and stuff that in his body. So he was diagnosed with that. He had some type of autoimmune disease. So he was dealing with that. And one day he passed out and they gave him all of these prescription pills or whatever for, I guess, his type of treatment. And that's when he was talking about he got addicted to Percocets. And he was saying how he would just take like 20, 30 Percocets. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but I remember last year, August Alsina went on Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk, and that was a really, really good episode. But that was a really good episode because you just really get to see him for who he was. And he was talking about his addiction to Percocets and how he would just take so much a day, and he thought he was gonna die and all this stuff. And it was just so amazing and yet so heartbreaking to watch those episodes, because he just went through so much. I mean, like, you know, if you're a fan of his, you know that his brother died a few years ago. He was talking about the death of his brother and how it really messed him up. His father passed away from an overdose. He wasn't talking to his mom. He had to take care of his nieces. Then on top of that, like a month ago, y'all, like this is recent, his sister passed away. So that's just even more death in the family. And then he also talked about being molested as a child. He was talking about how when that situation happened, he told his mom not to say nothing. And his mom did, which I won't even get into that. I won't even argue about that because I have my feelings about that. But he was just basically saying, like, after her, you know, spilling the beans and telling everybody, it just really went downhill with his relationship with her because he felt like he couldn't trust her. And y'all, all I could just say watching the whole documentary was just like, wow, you go through so much. And he's showing that to the world. You can see how vulnerable he is on camera. Like, you can even see him having little trigger moments where his autoimmune disease, you know, is playing with his body. And ooh, y'all, it's just like, wow. August Alsina has been through so much, and you can hear the pain and hurt in this album, State of Emergency. You can hear it in every song. Like, but he also has songs in the album where he's just thanking God for even being alive and thanking God for bringing him through those trials and tribulations. And it's just like, wow, it's so remarkable. It's so just wow. It's crazy to me because it's just like, dang, like I had no clue he was going through all that. So it's just like, wow, like I know me and all his other fans are just gonna appreciate this album even more, because watching that documentary and then listening to the whole album, it's just like, wow, like now it makes sense. Some of the things that he's singing about and some of the things that he's talking about, it's like now you can apply it to the song. And as an artist, that's all your fans want from anybody, just to hear the vulnerability and to be honest. Don't just put out anything. Fans love when artists speak their truth, and he spoke his truth, y'all. He spoke his truth in so many ways in that album. So if y'all haven't listened to State of Emergency by August Alsina, please do. You're gonna be sad. You're gonna be happy. You're just gonna go through your emotions, listen to that, but it's worth it. It's like, it's so good, y'all. Oh, I can't say it enough. It's so good. And I hope he gets some type of Grammy nomination for this one as well, because he deserves it. That man has been broken down and he just kept getting back up. And that's what it's about, man. I'm talking so much, I ain't even finished my makeup. Like, I just get emotional just thinking about it, because watching that freaking video, watching those documentary episodes of him just gets me teary. Like, I cried probably every episode, like, for real. So, alright, y'all. This is my last thing that I'm gonna put on. This is a eyeliner by Avon. It's called Glimmer Sticks. Oh yeah, shout out to Auntie Diane for giving me this eyeliner, because one thing about her, she will give me some makeup. And I'm also going to finish with my Fenty Beauty lip gloss. Shoot, this lip gloss are really weird, to be honest. So this is the final look. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little makeup tutorial that I was doing while explaining to y'all my favorite artists that I have really enjoyed listening to this week. Everybody is dropping straight fire music, and I really appreciate that. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see me do more makeup videos and actually putting so much effort, then please let me know down in the comments. I'll definitely do some more if y'all want me to. Also, make sure that you guys turn on those notification bells. Once again, subscribe and like this video if you really liked it. And if you watched this video all the way through, leave me a red emoji. Leave me a red heart. I am looking to see who are leaving me emojis, because you guys, I will be very soon doing a little giveaway. I have to get to those 50 subscribers first in order for you guys to get the giveaway. So make sure that you guys subscribe to this channel and like my videos, because that is the only way that you guys will be able to enter the giveaway. I love you guys so much. I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.